It's been 1 hour and 20 minutes. So as you've seen, I've done around 8 or 9 approaches. I've had a couple of rejections, a couple of good conversations. Hi, Gus Olson here. In today's video, you'll see me on real life approaching women on the streets. You'll see me behind the scenes process, so getting rejected, dealing with anxiety, and hopefully making some connections. It's a beautiful day today, and I wanted to kind of provide a bit of a different content than usual, and a bit of a different content other channels usually provide. Usually channels provide just like a selective type of conversations, while today I want to give you a bit more real behind the scenes footage. So hopefully you're excited. Let's go. All right, so first of all, just to introduce everything. So as with a lot of guys, I could have stayed home. I'm a bit maybe sick, and I had a lot of excuses why I shouldn't come out, because a lot of people have anxiety, and that's what a lot of men do. They give in to their anxiety and they don't come out. But I said, fuck it. Let me just come out and see what happens. So that's the first thing. As you can see, there's actually a lot of people out, so it's a beautiful day. And when you come out like this, you might feel a lot of anxiety, like, shit, there's so many people. What do I do? And then in those cases, what we do is we need to a warm-up, right? Just like I've said all the time, if you're going to the gym, you're not just going in and doing the heavy bench press, you're warming up. Same thing here. So I'll do a bit of a warm-up. You'll see me kind of going in and initiating conversations, maybe not necessarily with the girls that I like, but just with everyone, and then let's see how it goes. So yeah, literally just ask where a specific metro station was. Nothing major, but it gets kind of like you to open up. And I think if you have a lot of anxiety, then you should do this more often. Obviously for me, I don't deal with this as much, but it's great to just get the social juices flowing. So I feel pretty warmed up. So actually, let's go and start initiating some interactions. All right, so that was the first approach. I got completely ignored, and that's fine. That's what's gonna happen. So I think a lot of guys at this point, if that's the first interaction, they would completely freeze and say, "Oh shit, like this is really weird. I feel really bad," and then go home. But really, the way I think about it is maybe she was busy. She had a bad day, she was rushing somewhere, so it doesn't really matter. And I definitely don't take it personally, so let's just keep on going. All right, another one. No English, she was in a rush, and sometimes this happens, right? Like sometimes you get rejected quite a few times, but it doesn't matter. Again, we don't take it personally, and let's just keep on going. I mean, this one was a pretty solid interaction. I think I scared it a little bit in the beginning because it was quite a small street. But again, a boyfriend, and that's completely fine. So a lot of times you will get, they'll tell you if they're a boyfriend. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not true, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, again, it was a good positive interaction, and we just keep on going. So yeah, this was actually the best interaction of the day so far. We spoke for like 10 minutes. I really liked her, but fortunately she had a boyfriend, so you cannot do anything about that. It's just life. She was really happy I approached her. I was really happy that I approached her. It was a solid interaction. I think we vibed well, and it doesn't necessarily mean if you don't get a number or if there's like a not specific outcome, you don't get a date, that it was worthless. A lot of people, I think they have this mindset of, hey, it's only worth it if you get some sort of outcome, but I actually enjoy the process, so you should be able to enjoy the process, and that's one of the important things here. Yeah, another pretty good interaction. We vibed very well. She had a boyfriend, and it's sometimes that happens. Obviously, you cannot control that. But again, if you see it as something positive, just that you had a really good interaction, you're going to be more motivated to keep going. If you see something like, oh, boyfriend, that's really bad, I think you have to be honest with yourself. Also, like, if the interaction was really bad and then they say they have a boyfriend, it might be a lie. While if it was really good and she was engaged and then just in the end, she said like, look, I would like to come out with you, but I have a boyfriend, then it's a bit of a different story. Had a pretty cool interaction again, and this one resulted in a number. As you saw, I actually approached at a traffic stop, and a lot of guys, they would not go there because it feels a bit more uncomfortable right at the traffic light, but I went anyways because she seemed very nice, and we talked about work, what she does, about what I do, flirted a little bit. I had a very positive interaction, kind of like reaction, and I liked her, and then she was going to work, so we agreed to meet another time. I got her number, so let's see how that goes. But again, really important, as you saw, just to keep going. Even if your session in the beginning, you get a few rejections, which is fine. You remain positive and you just keep on going, and then you get a positive interaction like this, which results in a number. So let's see where this momentum takes us further. Just another cool interaction. In the beginning, not sure if you saw, she was a bit, not scared, but a bit like, okay, what's going on? And then again, I've explained in the other videos, I usually just say, hey, no, I know this is a bit random, but I just had to talk to you. And just being a normal human being and explaining things, like being aware that this is not something a lot of people do, but also not being ashamed that you're doing these things, which is very, very important. I think a lot of people, they feel a lot of shame when they approach someone on the streets. While there's nothing wrong with that, it's just that a lot of people don't do. So you acknowledge that it's something rare, but you still do it. Yeah, we had a good interaction. I got a number, and hopefully I will see her again. As you can see, over the time, these interactions become more positive and end up in a number. So let's keep going. Cool, so I just approached two girls. So again, this is also something important to do, to go outside your comfort zone and to do some like more difficult approaches, and it was really good. One of them didn't really speak English, the girl that I liked, so the friend was translating, but it was actually a very solid interaction. They laughed a lot, but in the end, kind of like girl that I liked, she had a boyfriend back in her country because she was visiting, and it's completely fine. Ended on a good note. So important to do these more difficult approaches, even if you don't want to. Even me in the beginning, I kind of didn't want to do it, but I was like, okay, I really like her. So yeah, I'm happy I did it. We're back where we started. In the beginning, it's been 1 hour and 20 minutes. So as you've seen, I've done around 8 or 9 approaches. I've had a couple of rejections, a couple of good conversations that didn't result in a date because the girl had a boyfriend, and then I got 2 contact details, which hopefully at least one of them will turn into a date. And just wanted to illustrate how powerful doing this can be, and I think there are a lot of lessons that you can learn from this. Number 1 is no excuses. You come out even if you are a bit, well, I wouldn't recommend if you're sick, but I mean, I had a cough, so I had an excuse not to do it, but I had committed to going out with my partner, and I came out, so that's lesson number 1. I think lesson number 2 is don't be discouraged, there's a lot of people, as you can see. It's very, very hectic, but don't be turned off by that. It's going to be a bit difficult. Yes, you might have a lot of anxiety, but that's why doing warm-ups is very, very important. I think lesson number 3 is even if you get a lot of rejections in the beginning, like I did, don't just go home and think, oh, I'm really bad, this is not for me. Just don't take it personally. Realize that some things are maybe outside your control. Some things are actually in your control. So work on tonality, the way you approach, the way you flirt, and all those things that are on my channel. But also just realize that some things you cannot control and don't take it personally. And then number 4, and I think that's the most important thing, it's again 1 hour and 20 minutes, and now I have 2 potential dates with girls I found really attractive, and we had a good conversation. I did this for 1 day, in 1 hour basically. Like, imagine what you can achieve if you do this every day, like how your dating life would change. I think that's the biggest lesson, because this compounds, obviously. So hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you to kind of provide more behind the scenes aspect of this, and let me know what other videos you'd like me to make. Bye bye.